Okay, very exciting. We're starting the actual Nefesh Hachaim, finished with the Hakdama. I have a number of volumes of Nefesh Hachaim. The reason is I'm looking for the same one that you have, so that we can get the page. But I guess page 1 is page 1. So
27.
page
27.
Oh, so there's a different one then. Okay. Sorry. After all that. Shaar Aleph, Parak Aleph. Let's just read a little bit. Siv says in the Torah, Vayivra Elokim es ha'adam b'tzalmoi b'tzelem Elokim bara oisai. This is the first words of the Nefesh Hachaim, is meaning that this is what the sefer is about to some extent, and that is that Hashem created man b'tzalmoi b'tzelem Elokim bara oisai. Seems to be two things. Vayivra Elokim es adam b'tzalmoi b'tzelem Elokim bara oisai. What's the poetry here? Salmoi is tzelem Elokim. Hine omek pnimius inyan hatzelem. What exactly a tzelem is, hu midvarim ha'oimdim berumoi shel olam. These are exalted concepts which are ethereal and way beyond our capacity to fully understand. What does it mean, tzelem Elokim? The simple kasha is, how could we look like Hashem if Hashem doesn't look like anything? There's no aspect of looking like by Hashem. So it's Berumah Shel Olam V'hu Kollel. Understanding this idea of tzelem Elokim includes Kollel Rov Sisrei Pnimius HaZohar. Understanding this is to understand the majority of the secrets of the Zohar. I'll be medayik, not all the secrets of the Zohar, just the majority. Right. Amnon Khan, we're going to limit ourselves here. B'midas tzelem, nedaber b'milas tzelem. K'derech ha'pashtanim ha'rishonim zal. And we'll go with the derech of the Rishonim. Al pasuk nasa adam b'tzalmeinu kidmuseinu. So I just want to get just a little bit. I'm certainly not going to, nor am I capable of understanding the Rav Pnimius Soidos HaZohar, but just the basic pasuk I just want to understand. So let me just show you here that if you look in the Parsha of Bereshis, so we have a few different references. In Parak Aleph, where it speaks about the Sheshis Yemei Bereshis, so the actual creation of the world. So that was on Vayomer Elokim, came Friday, Yom Shishi. Vayomer Elokim, what happened on Friday? Yomer Elokim Toitzei Haaretz Nefesh Chaya Lemina Behema Veremes V'Chaisei Eretz Lemina Vayichein. Let the earth give forth animals, the whole animal kingdom, everything, lions, tigers, bears, snakes, birds, everything, all came from the earth, just like man, just like Adam came from earth. So it says the Chumash, I'm not doing Zohar yet, Chumash, everything came from the earth. Vayas Elokim es chayis haaretz lemina, ves habehema lemina, ves kol remes ha'adama leminehu, vayar Elokim kitay. So Hashem created all of the different animals, each one separate, right? Lions are not like birds. Everyone is lemina. And all of a sudden you had a zoo over here. You had a whole... What animal was missing in this whole picture? Man. Vayomer Elokim, next thing is, Hashem says, this is Parak Aleph Pasuk Chavav, important Pasuk. Vayomer Elokim, then Hashem said on Friday, Nasa Adam. Now let's make man. I've made all the animals. I made all the birds. Now I made the fish. Yomer Elokim Nasa Adam B'Tzalmenu Kidmusenu. Something different. Nasa Adam B'Tzalmenu Kidmusenu. V'yirdu b'dgas hayam u'ba'if hashamayim u'v'behema v'chol ha'aretz u'v'chol remes ha'romeis al ha'aretz. Here's my company. Now I'm making the CEO. Here's somebody who's in charge. V'yirdu. V'yirdu means that this creation is all Friday. Now I need something to control all this. There's a whole world that I just made of animals. I've already made the grass and the water and all those things on the previous days. But anything that breathes, let's say, was created on Friday. And now Hashem said, Nasa Adam b'tzalmenu kidmusenu. Now let's create something different, b'tzalmenu kidmusenu. So until now, the whole Bria was not b'tzalmenu kidmusenu. And what'll be his purpose, man's purpose? V'yirdu b'dgas hayom u'ba'oif hashamayim. Why did God create man? This is the subject of every Kabbalah sefer. Why did God create man? And the answer is, says the Chumash, V'yirdu b'dgas hayom u'ba'oif hashamayim u'b'behema u'b'chol ha'aretz. He's in charge. What does V'yirdu? How do you want to translate V'yirdu?
Control.
Rodebo. Yeah, Rodebo. He'll control. U'b'chol ha'remes ha'romeis al ha'aretz. We're even controlling the ants and the spiders, everything. So here we have that Hashem created us, B'Tzalmenu Kidmusenu. So we have two things unique to man which did not exist in anything else in the creation of the world, and that's two things. One is called Selem, and one is called Demus. Neither of which do I know what they are. But that's what it says in the Chumash. We're created in Hashem's Selem and Demus. Pasuk Chav Zayin, Vayivra Elokim es Adam b'tzalmai, b'tzelem Elokim bara Isai. And that's the pasuk that Nefesh Hachaim brings. Next pasuk, that Hashem created man b'tzalmai. He just said that, but before that, it didn't say that he created him. He said, let us create this person. So now he created him. In other words, like before, it seems like from here, that before Hashem created man, he said, I'm going to create man. It was like I'm going to do something. And then he did it. Vayivra Elokim es Adam b'tzalmai, b'tzelem Elokim bara Isai. Again, there's a kfeilut in the pasuk here, it seems. And in this man, Zachar Nekeva bara Isai. Created male, female. So the Pashat shot in the pasuk is we don't know yet about Chava. We just know about Adam. And Adam was a male-female creation. It was just one thing, Adam. I'm going to create man, Adam, and this Adam will have Zachar Nekeva. So was this Siamese, or was it two different ways of the neshama, or was it a look, or did he have like long hair on one side and short hair on the other side? Like what's the what's the nekuda? Sheitel, right? Weren't married. He wasn't married. So like what was this? Zachar Nekeva? We don't know. I'm just reading in the pasuk, right? But usually there's, like everyone's Maver Center, they usually skip Bereshis because it comes out on simple story. Vayivarach Isam Elokim. Now we have already two people. Vayomer Lahem Elokim Pru'ervu Milas Aretz Kivshua Erdgu B'dgas Hayam. Do your job, Pru'ervu. Multiply Milas Aretz Kivshua Erdgu B'dgas Hayam. V'Vayif Hashamayim V'Chol Chaya Rames Al Aretz. And I give you everything for your use, Hashem says. You could eat whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. You can take the animals and use them. They become your beasts of burden. You can eat them. Get those cucumbers. Vayar Elokim es kol asher asa v'hinei toiv ma'od vayerev vayiboker yom hashishi. Well, we just went through Friday. So Friday was, there's a switch here between created a person and then created man and woman. Now, if you'll go ahead in the Torah, you'll get the story, like the details of this. What happened was Hashem created Adam, says in the Chumash, Hashem created Adam. This is like Klal, Prat, Klal. Hashem created Adam, one. Later on in the Chumash, another couple pages, it says that Leitoiv Adam Lios Levada. It's not good for a person to be by himself. Nobody to fight with, nobody to work off of. There's no tension there. No tension, nothing happens. So I need to create a woman also, and then we know that he took this one Adam and somehow split him in two, which is called in the Lashon of Chazal, the Nasira. This is the famous Nasira, which sawed him in half. Again, physically, spiritually, there was one became two. And then what we all like to say at the chuppahs, and now two becomes one. Okay, like we're going back, but that's way later. Right now, one becomes two. That's what happens. That's the detail of Friday. There's a lot of detail here we don't know. But one of the details we don't know is how one became two. Just before we're just medayik more on it, if you go further, that's in Parak Aleph Pasuk Chava, Friday. If you go a little bit further in the Chumash to Parak Hey, so in Parak Hey it says, Zeh Sefer told us Adam. Again, everything happened already. At this point of the story, in Parak Hey, that was Parak Aleph. By the time we get to chapter 5, Cain already killed Hevel. So we're progressing. Humanity's moving. Right? We already had a murder. How many people were there already? How many people were there? Already Cain killed Hevel. But then it goes Chazar. Zeh Sefer told us Adam. B'yaim bra Elikim Adam. This is the story of the history of man. B'yaim bra Elikim Adam. From the day that Hashem created Adam, b'dmus Elikim asa isai. That he created him in the dmus of Elikim. What's missing here? Tzelem. Here he said, I created man b'tsalmenu kid musenu. Tzelem and dmus, which I admittedly don't know the difference. But what's interesting is, self, there were two things, Tzelem and dmus. And then in Parak Hey, when we do Chazara here, Hashem does Chazara, he said, V'yom bra Elikim Adam, that on the day that God created man, b'dmus Elikim asa isai. Zachar unekeva bra'am, vayivarech oisam, vayikra shmam Adam, b'yom hi bar'am. So, let's take a wild guess. What happened to the Tzelem Elikim?
Hashem is one, so obviously you can't have an image.
Too deep. Just Pashup Shah. What happened to the Tzelem Elikim? Where to get lost here? We ate from the Avera. We ate from the Eitz Hadas. Cain killed Hevel. We messed up big time. Hashem created a world. I made man b'tsalmenu kid musenu. I say Pashup Shah here. I made him b'tsalem u'b'dmus. And now we're referred to as the dmus, and not the tselem.
So before, when it mentions tselem, it doesn't mention dmus with it.
It does. B'tsalmenu kid musenu.
Right, but afterwards, and it just talks about tselem.
Yeah.
The pasuk's not going on now. The pasuk's going on before. The pasuk's
Right.
not saying right now you're only to say.
Dibra kasev v'haifa. So if we're looking at it now, when we look back in history, mashma, that there was notes that the tselem part didn't take. I don't know. Good. You're making a good point.
Does it say tselem after Hashem split the two? Is tselem still used after Hashem split Adam and Haber?
So let's look a little bit further. Pardes in Parshas Noach. Parshas Noach, it's the second parsha of the Torah. It says, I'm sorry, Pardes. Yeah, here it is. Vayvarech Elokim es Noach ve'ezvanav vayomer lahem. This is where they came out of the Teva already. So they came out of the Teva, so Hashem gave Noach and his children, the survivors, a bracha. Vayomer lahem, and the bracha was, Purvu milus haaretz. This is the, finally, when he created them, he said Purvu, but it wasn't called bracha. It wasn't called bracha, and it wasn't called mitzvah, even. Where you find the first mitzvah in the Torah is Puravu, it's from here. Parshas Noach, not from Parshas Project. Because here Hashem said, it's called bracha, Puravu milus haaretz. And then he said, Umarachem v'chitchem yeh al kol chayas haaretz. He told Noach and his children that you will intimidate the entire animal kingdom, v'al kol oif hashamayim, even the birds, b'chol asher timar sa'adamu, b'chol t'gei hayam, b'yedchem nitanu. It's all in your hands. The world's in your hands. So it sounds like a rebirth, right? Like he created the world, destroyed the world, let's play it again. Created the world, Noah comes out of the Teva, new bracha says the same thing almost that he said, l'chatchila, puravu, and you're in charge of the entire world.
Why is it a bracha over here?
Why is it a bracha? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I'm not telling you. You can eat everything you want. Everything's kosher. You can eat everything, and there's not even an eitz hadas over here. You know, like it's really because we're already out of Gan Eden. Well, now we're holding in Turkey someplace. You know, just don't eat other people. Like Rav Kook, Sefer Tzadik Levracha, was a vegetarian. So he, he's a vegetarian. I mean, it's not, I'm sure it's not like the way his mother raised him in Poland or whatever. You know. He's a vegetarian. And he writes that, he writes a lot of, he doesn't write that you have to be a vegetarian. And there are those Talmidim that there's a controversy amongst the Talmidim whether he ate basar on Shabbos or not. It could be ate a kazayas basar on Shabbos, could be not. Seems to be machlokas what he did or what he didn't do. So why didn't they just see that he eat cholent or he didn't eat cholent? You know. My wife has a great grandfather, Rav Avram Nachman Schwartz, who was the Rav of Baltimore, original 1909, you know like that. And he's the founder of Ner Yisrael, the founder of TA, the founder of Bais Yaakov, the founder. He was the Rav Nachman Schwartz. So, like when he talked to old people that remember him, now I don't know if there were, but like when I first got married, there were still people that remembered him. So like I would always hear two things. Like some people would say, "Oh yeah, the Rav, you know, he was such a chashuv person. He used to come and eat in my house. You know, it was we were very close with him." And then other people say, like, he never ate in anybody's house. So like, yeah, I walked into this family and I said, like, did he or didn't he? Like, what was the happened to be very nogay of me because at that time I was just became a rabbi in a community where, like, I made a like a thing that I shouldn't eat in anybody's house. You know, eat in one and not another. Here, Baruch Hashem, it's not so okay. But over there, it was very okay. You can eat in this person, not another. But anyways, what's the resolve that came out was that he never ate in anybody's house, but everybody thought that he ate in their house. Yeah, like it's like the ultimate in Midos Tovos. You know, like they make a big deal about it. can you come over for dinner? I don't eat at anybody's house. So, no, sure. Come over, sit, somehow or another, worked it out that he didn't eat in anybody's house. That's the goodness of a good Rav. So, I mean, I'm just saying, was Rav Kook a vegetarian, not a vegetarian? Like, could be that some people thought he was, some people thought he wasn't. Somebody gave him cholent. Okay, here's the cholent. Maybe he only ate the potatoes. I don't know. But anyways, why am I saying this? Because he writes in one place that he says his regesh is, and he was a big Baal regesh, that when Hashem said that you're allowed to eat meat, that was mostly so we shouldn't become cannibals. What do you think? Meaning like there's a natural taiva
Not dissimilar to the Rambam.
for basar. There's such a taiva for basar, you walk by somebody's house and they're making a barbecue, like, my gosh, how do I get invited into this place? It's an amazing thing, right? Something like if they'd be making fish, it wouldn't, it's got to be basar, real basar. Yeah, it's a kasha that sometimes in this country it doesn't smell like a barbecue, but a barbecue is a barbecue, right? So the taiva is so strong that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to be matzah meat. Otherwise, the taiva would take us to be cannibalistic. That would be our nisayon. Nobody wakes up in the morning thinking, I think I'm going to eat another person's head. Why? Because you can eat a hamburger. That's what he says. I'm not agreeing, disagreeing. I'm just saying.
What the Rambam said about kabbalas?
Same type of thing, but there it doesn't talk about eating people.
So we shouldn't come to do the type of something else.
Like cannibalism is beyond murder because the guy could be dead. I think you're still a cannibal. I don't know the halacha. What do you think? You're still a cannibal, I think. So here in all things, ach basar b'nafshay damay lo yisaychelu. Okay, so the thing is here in Parshas Noach, where we have the sort of rebirth of the world, and then it says, shofech dam ha'adam ba'adam damay yishofech. That if you kill somebody else, then you should be killed. Simple pshat in the pasuk. Why? Ki b'tzelem alekim asa adam. You hear that, Rabbi Yaakov? Ki b'tzelem alekim asa. Here was a mabul already. So b'tzelem alekim asa adam. So very interesting that at the beginning of the bria, basi rak lahayir. At the beginning of the bria, so b'tzelmenu kid musenu. It comes to the sefer told us Adam is b'dmus alekim. And now, by Noach, when he comes out of the Teva, so it's B'tzelem Elokim. So one place we drop the Tzelem, place 2 we drop the Tzelem, and place 3 we drop the Tamus. And we go, I guess, back to Tzelem, but still not both. And that's the end of it. That's the end of the references here in the Chumash. So what are we at the end? So I can understand. I can understand why we got back our Tzelem, because after the Mabul, you see Puravu, you see there was a repetition. My shot. I don't know if this is correct, but this is the way I understand it. That after the Mabul was like a sort of a recreation of the world, second chance, if you will, at the world. Hence, he told Noach Lubano Puravu Milos Haaretz, like he said before, Uridu B'dgas Hayam, take over the whole world, like he said before. And don't kill anybody like you did before. Why? Because remember, Ki b'tzelem Elokim asas Adam. So the Tzelem sort of came back, and the Tamus. What happened to the Tamus basically? Maybe that's Pasha. But so that's my 3 Mar Makomos in the Chumash, which I want to be miyashiv. So again, Reb Chaim Volozhin says that we're not going to really understand what it means to be b'tzelem Elokim because Roiv Sisrei Hazoyar Tluyim by, and we're not holding by Roiv Sisrei Hazoyar, but we're holding by Psukim and Chumash. Gracious. So what's the Tzelem? What's the Tamus? And do we got it or do we not? Do we have it? Like do we have it or do we not? The other, of course, the important question here is, which everybody, this is religions have been started because of this question. That why did Hashem say B'tzelmenu kidmusenu? What's the plural here? B'tzelmenu kidmusenu. We created. Let us create man. B'tzelmenu kidmusenu. Let us create man. I mean, let alone there's only one God, but there wasn't anything else. There was nobody else, so let us. So, of course, the Christians say, okay, well, you see there's a triplicate here, and dualism and polytheism became the way of the world. Until Avram Avinu, Parshas Lech Lecha, the plurality of God was obvious to people, and Avram Avinu said that everything has to start from one point, and everything else has to be avodah zarah, because if you're not going as high as you can, then you haven't reached the point of the spitz of echad. So Avram Avinu taught the world about the monotheism instead of the polytheism of the world. So mono is one, and poly is many, and it got down to two: the God of good, the God of evil. However, the world wanted to understand it. The pasuk Shara Shu Ha'olam is that God Himself says, the Chumash itself says, that let us create man in our image. So this is a kasha which is obviously probably an extremely important question if we want to understand Avram Avinu and if we want to understand Judaism. So let me just say over to you, I'm going to paraphrase the Zayar, because the Zayar is in Aramaic. So the Zayar on the pasuk here, B'tzalmenu Kid Musenu, says the following. He says that Kadosh Baruch Hu created the whole world, animals, everything, fish, plants, rocks, or to put it in the words of the Zayar, Doimein, Semeach, Chai, and everything was different, right? Every single creation of Hashem was different. No two things are the same. Lemineham, Leminehu, Leminam. Hashem was very medactic. There's a species, spider species, but the spider species is different, and then each spider is different than the other. No two spiders that are the same. There's no two tipat mayim even that's exactly the same. Everything is different molecular. Why? Why does everything have to be different? Why does there have to be so many billions of things? Why can't there just be robots? Like if we would create the world, create a robot and then works, get out a couple million of them and you have a world. What's the problem? Works, right? So. All right? Every refrigerator is the same, exactly the same, right? If you want to buy something, cool, so you got to buy something which it's the only one like this. Everyone's a little bit different, like a distressed table or something. It's distressed differently. But so the pshat says the Gemara in the Zayar says Shlo yatzil kina b'maisa bereishis. Nothing in Hashem's bria should feel threatened. There shouldn't be a kina in the Maisa Bereishis. No goldfish should walk around feeling like what was I created for? My fellow goldfish can do the same thing that I can do. So no, you're a little bit different. Kal v'chomer, not even daisies, are the same. Nothing is repetitive here in the bria. Kishem she partzufeim eino shavos poshet. Right? No two people, identical twins, look the same. They're not the same. Their opinions are different. Their thinking is different. No two things that are the same. Almost, but not there. So lo lahatil kina. So now I'm going to create man, says the Zayar. Create man. I'm going to create man, says the Zayar. Himlech HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'chol ma'aseh bereishis. HaKadosh Baruch Hu ki'ilu called the meeting of the whole ma'aseh bereishis. And said, now let's create a person, and the person will have a little bit of everything here. Jack of all trades, Adam of all trades. You can swim, he'll be able to swim. Not every animal can swim. He'll be able to swim. You can run, he's going to be able to run. You can see, he's going to be able to see. You can think. So everyone, it was like a big parlor meeting, and everybody had to make a contribution. Meaning, I'm not masking, I'm not, says the deer, I'm not masking that man should be able to run as fast as me. I'm the runner here. Can we run as fast as deer? No. Are we as strong as lions? No. But we have a little bit of each thing, so we're really inferior to everything in the Bria. Are we as big as elephants? Are we as can we grow pears out of our head? What can we do? So, but a little bit of everything we have. So this was a hakpada, says the Zohar, from the Maisa Bereshis on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And a person then becomes a culmination, if you will, of all the various, a sampling of all the various koichos that are in the Bria, and it gets into this man, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, according to the Zohar, Nase Adam b'tzalmeinu shaloi lahatzol kina b'maaseh bereshis. Let's all come together and create this person, and he's in charge. He's in charge. Now, we can have a Mishnah of, was it Ben Hazai, who said, Hevi Rotz Kit Tzvi. You have a little tzvi in you, you know. So if you have a little tzvi in you, run like a deer. Tiskaber Kari. You have gvur in you, get up. You know, if we have the whole bracious in us, so I'm just saying, like, you know, also we have like domain, we also have this rock part of us, which makes it so difficult to get up in the morning. That's what it is. In other words, like you know, just for that get up and go, you know, got up and went sometimes because we're domain. There's a part of us which is domain, like a rock. Part of us which is like a vegetable. These are great meditational features. I am a cucumber. You can, there's so much to be, you know. It doesn't only start with an ari, to skaber kari, you know, like. There's all these things are mandated for a person, but what's interesting is that the man can't do any of it as good as that which he's imitating. You can't be a rock like a rock is a rock. Because if somebody steps on you, you say, hey, I'm also a tzomeach. You know, like, so that hurt. You know, or if you step on a monkey's foot, so the monkey gets crazy. So, like, you know, you can't swim like a fish, you know, because I'm also a human, so humans have to breathe. You have to breathe in a different type of way. So we're everything, on the one hand, Kollel Bais HaTalmud says the Zohar, but we're not quite the serious aspects of the Bria. This, by the way, is like pshat in the pasuk, Nas Adam b'tzalmeinu. It's also pshat in life. Like we need to understand, you know, who we are in life, and every animal in every part of the Bria is chitas elokim. Hashem said to Noah, chitas elokim al Adam. That Adam is going to have this ability to be able to relate and, in fact, manage and supervise the entire Bria. And that's what's going on. Comes the Vilna Gaon on this Zohar. The Gaon's in Adar Selio. I happened to see this morning in Shacharis that it's actually quoted in this Siddur Hagra by the Sheva Brachos. Asher Yotzaris Ha'adam B'Tzalmoi Tzelem T'mus Tavnisa. Think about that for a little bit. Asher Yotzar. Here's the key words. Asher Yotzar, not bara, which is, I'll go back at some point to show you how the different Lashonis of Asiya, Bria, of Atzilus, Bria, Yitzir, Asiya, are all in this Asa es Adam, Yotzar es Adam, Bara es Adam, all different Lashonis of Bria, extremely important and significant. Not everything is the same. Bara is not, and in Sheva Brachos we say, Asher Yotzar es Adam b'tzalmoi.
Singular.
Yotzar b'tzalmoi. Tzelem, singular. B'tzelem Elokim, right? Again, just like the pasuk seems to repeat for no understandable reason, so does the Sheva Brachos. B'tzelem Elokim. Let me just, instead of embarrassing myself, because I always got the seventh bracha. Birchas Erzon. Asher Yotzar es Adam b'tzalmoi. B'tzelem Demus Tavnisai. Whoa. So look at the concept here. First of all, Asher Yotzar es Adam b'tzalmoi. B'tzelem Demus, new idea. Tavnisai, brand new idea. Tavnisai, what's a tavnit?
Blueprints.
Huh?
Blueprints.
You think?
Template.
Template?
A mold?
Mold, it's probably the right word. The thing you put the cake batter in, that's a tavnit. So, it's mold here. So, description of a person that we give under the chuppah, You have to not ask me to make the bracha, you'd ask the bracha. Like you need the Rambam here to make this bracha. Kasher yotzar zoda b'tzalmai b'tzelem demus tavlisoi vehiskin loy mimenu binyan atayad. Right? And now, from him, pruvu, umilus haaretz, vehiskin, that's a new idea. Tikkun. Hiskin loy mimenu. Help me, Hebraeus. Hiskin, who? Hashem. Lo, who? Who? Adam. Mimenu? Mimenu. Binyan adayad. Vehiskin loy mimenu. Binyan adayad. Baruch atah Hashem. Yoitzer ha'adam. I just described to you the Yetzirah, not the Asiyah, not the B'niyah, not the Bria, but the Yetzirah of the Adam is Yotzer HaAdam.
Could that be Zah Nakira?
I don't know. So the Goin says here as follows. This is a quote from the Deres Eliyahu. Ksiv. Vayivra Elokim es ha'adam bitzalmai. Bitzalmai biyurai. Hashem for the Vilna Gaon. Bitzalmai biyurai. And I'm by the way, I have in my computer a 19-page Word document of a kuntris of all the Mefarshim that are masbir what Selim is and what Tamus is, which I'm happy to email to any of you for homework. But every Zayar, every Yalkut Ruveni, every Yalkut Shimani, and every Ramban, and it's fascinating. We could talk about it for a year, but I probably won't. But at least for another 3 minutes. That Salmai, says the Gaon, Biyurai, the Pshat is B'Tselem Hagavoya v'Hama'ula. Tselem refers to Tselem Hagavoya v'Hama'ula. Vayivra hu B'riyas Haneshama. Vayivra Elokim es ha'adam b'Tselem. Bria. Don't forget, in the world of the Olamais, Atzilos, Bria, that's very high. So Bria is at the beginning of the creation. Bria, beginning, I don't mean the beginning chronologically, but the beginning, the first steps, the first of the recipe of man is called Bria. First step on the assembly line is called Bria. So Vayomer Bria, who Bria's Haneshama. So that can only talk about the Neshama, because the Neshama was created before the Guf. V'hu b'tzalmai. And that's the Tselem, says the guy. V'hu ikir ha'adam. And that's the main thing. Ki aguf nikra basar ha'adam. So what you have here is that it's an existential question. That what is the ikir ha'adam? So he says, well, the first thing that was created is in the Bria is the Tselem. Vayivra Elokim es Tselem. And that is Vayivra that tells us, as the Vilna Gaon, pay attention to the words, that Vayivra is the world of Bria, which is the first step of formation, the first step of creation. So obviously it's talking that Tselem equals Neshama equals Bria. You with me? Vayivra, Tselem, Neshama. And that's what that is. It's Tselem. Umilas Tselem. B'tzalmenu. What is B'tzalmenu, says the guy? Shetzuras kol haminim yisachtu b'min ha'adam. Kedei sheyichbeshu kulam tachas yadai. Right, I just told you the Zayar. He doesn't quote the Zayar, but that's what he's referring to. That all of the Bria Kula yisachdu, became echad, b'min ha'adam, kedei sheyichbeshu kulam tachas yadai, so the man can control them. It's so interesting that you have to have a little bit of fish in you if you want to control fish. You have to have a little bit of earth in you if you want to control earth. So we're earthy, and we're fishy, and we're doggy. Like we're all these things. And that's Kedei, says the Vilna Gaon, sheyichbeshu kulam tachas yadai. And which includes doimen, rocks. We've got to be a little bit of a rock to be able to control the rocks. Soimeach, we have to be a little bit of a vegetable to be able to control the vegetables. Chai, that's animals. Midaber. V'shivim koichos hateva v'aseichel. There's 70 koichos altogether, which is fascinating because there's 70 nations in the world. There's 70 families that went out of Mitzrayim, Shivim. 70 panim l'Torah.
Medaber is over animals, though. Medaber is the only thing that's over animals.
Yeah, but it's still, Yisrael is higher, so which is important. What happened now? Says the Goin, and this is what's so important. V'nosan by chelik elikai mimal shehu yavod l'Hashem yisparach. I was first created. This is a big chiddush in understanding the Zohar, and with this I'll leave it for today. We understood the Zohar, at least I explained the Zohar, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu called this big meeting of the whole Bria and said, okay, everybody's got to be willing to give up some of their unique kochos because I'm creating an Adam. So the Adam is going to be a little bit of a tzvi, a little bit of an ari, and a little bit of a rock. The Goin's understanding of the Zohar are much deeper than I am. That every part of the Bria is the part below it plus. So a tzomeach, let's say, which is a vegetable, has a little bit of rock in it. So it's rock, vegetable. An animal has a little bit of rock, vegetable, animal. Right? So everything has what's underneath it, says the guy. That's what I just read to you. A medaber, or a person, has in it domain, someach, chai, medaber. So it's not that everybody contributes a little bit. I have everything plus, but here's the thing. I'm the whole world, I'm like a mapato olam inside of me. So I have everything in the world is right here within me, but I don't have yet the neshama. Because I'm not better than everybody who contributed. There's no gestalt here. There's nothing which puts me above the whole bria. All I am is the bria. I'm a man of the world. So a man of the world means I have all of the world included in me, but I'm not but that's it. So now I'm on par, me against the world. So you put the whole world on one side, and you put me on the other side, and we're even, except we're not really even, because that one can run faster than me, that one can bite more than me, and this one can swim better than me. So I'm not really even. They're really way outweighing me, but I have a shtickle everything in me. I'm a microcosm of the entire world, right? So comes HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Nizrak by Neshama. He puts the neshama in the person. This is what you are above the whole world. They don't have this, you do. So just like the chai has something that Tzomeach doesn't have, right? And the Tzomeach has something that the Domem doesn't have. So the Adam, let's get out of our minds. I know it's there, a Jew, non-Jew. Let's forget about it for a minute. Just Adam. So the Adam has something in it that has to have the whole world plus something. That whole world is called the demus. That extra little something is called the tzelem. So, b'tzalmenu kidmusenu. That b'tzalmenu kidmusenu, that apparently there's a little bit of neshama, says the Zohar, even in rocks. Balatanya's Marchiv is Hadibur on this Indian, that everything has a neshama, some kind of a neshama. But it's not the same neshama that we have. So this extra piece, that's why it's b'tzalmenu. That's b'tzalmenu. Everyone is a little bit of a neshama. But this thing that this extra piece, this extra program, this extra, disc that I'm putting in you is called the neshama. And that neshama puts you in a whole different category, just like a vegetable is different than a rock. And Kal V'chomer, an animal is different than a rock. Don't even compare me to rocks. And we're different than a rock, and we're different than the whole Bria itself because we have this tzelem. And the tzelem alikim is not just what animates us. We would be animated perfectly without a neshama. V'haraya, fish are animated. Plants are animated. People talk to trees nowadays and they hug them. That's the neshama, neshama hugging a neshama. But the thing is, no, they say plants respond to music even. But what we're talking about over here is a whole different level of over the whole Bria, that I'm not like the Bria, I have this Tselem Elokim. And this Tselem Elokim is the one added piece that we have people, that the people have, that nothing else in the Bria has. Everything has the Demos apparently, but not everything has the Tselem that we have. Something extra.
Everything has some kind of tzelem.
Some kind of a Tselem,
Not
but
the
something.
tzelem that Hashem.
Not the Tselem Elokim. Hence the Shebaras Adam B'Tselmoi, B'Tselem Elokim Bara Oisai. Shtayim. So Tselem Elokim, and Salmoi. So now I'm giving you something new that you're going to have mamash the Tselem Hashem. But that's the Salmoi. Besides for the Tselem Elokim, which is Breishis Bar Elokim, that's Hashemayim Besaris, which is the whole Bria, I'm giving you Salmoi. What does that look like? It doesn't look like anything, because it's not something anybody's going to see on a face. Because a person looks different than a cow. This is true. Most people. But the neshama you can't say, because the Gemara tells us that the neshama is something like God. Like Ma, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Roya Ve'eino Nira. It says five things that are identical to neshama and Hashem. But one of them is that Ma, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Roya Ve'eino Nira. Kach HaNeshama Roya Ve'eino Nira. Nobody can see the neshama. They're never going to come up with the MRI, which is going to be able to see the neshama of a person. You can't see it. So but yet the Gemara says over and over again, Nishmasai Roya. Your neshama can see. So the tselem, so there's B'Tselmoi, just like you can't see Hashem, you can't see the neshama, and B'Tselem Elokim, and then there's the Tselem Demus. So what I wanted to accomplish today, which I think will help us in the paragraph in the sefer, is to understand and think about these terms: Tselem, Demus, and then here Dusa. You can think about it the next time you say Asher Yotzar. Asher Yotzar. You don't have to go to a chasna to say Asher Yotzar, right? Asher Yotzar is Adam B'Chachma, Uvaravai, and then there's a Bria of Nakam Chalulim, right? You have the whole Bria right there in that pasuk. But Asher Yotzar, the Yetzira, and the Bria. Okay, let's leave the Asher Yotzar out of this.
So we lost the Demus.
Apparently we lost Tammuz because the world was destroyed. And we kept the Tzelem. But we're not finished.